Have you ever noticed how a tiny, mindless choice, almost invisible, can quietly decide whether you finish your career with real options or with anxiety about bills? It isn't a market crash or a sudden layoff, it's one repeatable habit most people never notice until it's too late. Meet Jamal. He's 29, software tester in Manchester, takes home about £2,800 after tax. He rents a decent one-bed for £950. His car payment is £220 a month. He has £8,000 in student debt with a £120 monthly payment and credit cards that hover around £1,000. Between groceries, gym, subscriptions, and going out, he spends roughly £1,100 a month on living and lifestyle. Across the ocean, Maya is 26, living in Atlanta, bringing home $3,100 after tax. She rents for $1,250, has a car payment of $320, student loans at $140, and carries an average credit card balance of $1,300. Her monthly lifestyle spend, food delivery, weekend drinks, and subscriptions is about $900. Both seem fine. Payslips are steady, lives look comfortable, yet both save next to nothing. Why? Because each time their income edges up or they face a small choice, they spend the marginal dollar on visible comfort instead of future freedom. Let's look at the math. Jamal gets a modest raise, £150 extra take-home per month. He ups his weekends out by £50, switches to a pricier streaming bundle for £15, and bumps his food delivery another £85. The raise disappears. If instead he invested that £150 every month at a conservative 5% annual return, in 15 years it becomes about £41,000. Instead, he has a slightly fancier social life and no extra options. Maya gets $200 more per month. She uses $100 to upgrade to a higher car payment and $100 for more dining out. If she had invested that $200 at 5% for 15 years, she'd have roughly $54,000. Instead, she has a car that costs more and no real cushion. Now zoom in on a single common choice, financing a new car because it feels right. Financing $25,000 at 6% for 5 years gives a payment of roughly $483 per month. A cheaper used alternative at $15,000 would be about $290 per month. That extra $193 monthly is almost $11,600 across 5 years, gone for depreciation and interest. Invest that $193 per month at 5% for 20 years, and you'd end up with nearly $70,000. Small months, big outcomes. The financial mistake isn't that people make one bad choice, it's that they repeatedly spend their marginal dollars on temporary signals. Modern finance encourages it. Low monthly payments, buy now, pay later, and seamless upgrades hide the long-run cost. Your brain interprets affordable monthly payment as no big deal, not as this drains future options. Why do intelligent people still fall for it? Because human psychology is perfectly optimized for the short term. First, present bias. Immediate social comfort outweighs distant compound growth. Losing face today feels worse than gaining optionality tomorrow. Second, social signaling. Curated social feeds make upgrades seem normal. If your circle matches the new standard, your reference point shifts, and spending to match feels rational. Third, mental accounting. Raises get labeled as treat money. That label frees people to spend without guilt. Fourth, friction. Automating savings takes a tiny bit of effort, while spending is effortless. The default loses. What's the long-term damage? If Jamal's £150 monthly habit of spending raises instead of saving continues for 25 years at 5%, he misses out on roughly £170,000. For Maya, $200 per month over 25 years at 5% is about $180,000. That's real loss of freedom. Fewer choices about work, relocation, or how to respond to life shocks. Now, a different view. How financially intelligent people think. They treat marginal dollars as decisions. A raise isn't a permission slip to upgrade identity, it's a fork. allocate a portion to future freedom first, then spend the rest. They automate the savings so willpower isn't required. They delay non-essential upgrades, wait 30 days, and they benchmark purchases against optionality, not applause. They accept small daily inconveniences now to avoid big stress later. This isn't asceticism, it's proportion and intent. Smart people buy nicer things sometimes, but less often and with clearer purpose. The payoff is calm, a buffer that makes life flexible, not performative. Try one experiment. Pick one recent small habit, the subscription you upgraded, the extra car payment, the pricey coffee habit, and calculate that monthly amount. Multiply it at a conservative 4 to 6% for 10 to 20 years. See how the future number compares to the present benefit. Most people are surprised how much seems affordable today, but costs dearly tomorrow. Final thought. Being financially smart isn't about grand gestures. It's about a tiny habit, how you use the marginal dollar that compounds into real choices later. Decide whether you want today's signal or tomorrow's freedom. Either is valid. Decide consciously. If you found this useful, subscribe for more clear, calm thinking about money and behavior. Thanks for listening.